back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is my pretty in pink fall lantern, funky bow topper, and I'm going to do a little something to the inside of the lantern too. I am really excited to work with these lighter and airier colors, and pink is not something that I normally decorate with, but I went into Michael's last week and found these beautiful pink pumpkins, and I thought, oh my goodness. So the idea for this stemmed from this pumpkin. So without further ado, I'm not going to stand here and yammer on for a long time because I think I've got a lot to do here. And so I'm going to turn my camera and get it pointed in a direction where you can see what I'm doing, and I'll show you my lantern. Of course, for those of you who follow me know what lantern I'm talking about. And I'll show you some of the parts and pieces that are going to go into this lantern centerpiece. Fingers crossed, you guys, that I can bring this together. I haven't tried some of these things before, so this is going to be something totally new for me and for you too. So let's see how I do. I'm doing it right on camera though. I don't care. I want you all to see me warts and all. Goodness knows there are plenty of warts. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm going to turn it, point it down, and we're going to get started. Be right back. Actually, I really don't have to turn off. I'm just going to turn it around here. There's the lantern right there. And this stands at, I think it's 26 inches high. Almost, yeah, it's about 26 inches high. And then on each side, it is 9 inches. So 26 by 9 by 9 by 9 by 9. So let me point you down a little bit further here. Okie dokie, let's get started on this. First thing I want to do is work on a little something for inside this lantern. This lantern, the lid comes off this way. It doesn't have a door that opens, so I need to set things down inside of it that way. You know how I have these epiphanies when I wake up in the morning. So I thought, well, why don't I tear the stem off of this pumpkin? So that's what I did. I took the stem off of it. Why don't I get a couple of blocks, which I did, and I glued them together. And I want to glue the pumpkin right to the bottom of this. The first thing I want to do is I want to build this pumpkin. And I thought, you know, these are the 3 pumpkins I got from Michael's the other day. So I think I want to glue these together just like this. And then I'm going to use this garland. The other night I went in to AC Moore and was looking for a few things. And I came across this garland and it was 40% off. And I said, how pretty is that? And I think I might like to use that in this pretty in pink lantern. So I thought, why don't I start gluing some of this garland to this block. I don't know how this is going to work, you guys, but I'm going to try it. So first thing I want to do is get this pumpkin glued together. So let's work on that first. I got my hot glue gun plugged in here. I probably need to put this down just a smidge further, don't I? There we go. All right. First thing I want to do is glue the pumpkins together. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the bottom of this. I don't have any of the E6000 or whatever that stuff is that everybody uses to glue stuff together. So I'm just having to go with my handy dandy hot glue gun, and I'm going to hope and pray that it works. So far, so good. And as you can see, I took the stem off of this one too. And then this is the 3rd pumpkin. So, some glue on it too. I see these pumpkins already made, you know, and I was in Cracker Barrel, picked up Mr. Scarecrow over there to, you know, I have the little girl, and I saw something in there similar. I thought, I'm going to steal that idea. Only make it my own for this little, to go in this lantern. there we go. That's a pretty good start, huh? Okay. Now, I think I just want to really and truly, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try to glue a portion of this corners. I need to get my finger thingies. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Put my little finger protectors on so I don't try not to burn myself here. Try being the operative word. All right, I'm gonna go for it. Forget it. That's gonna take way too long, so watch me do this. Let's see here. What I'm doing is just cutting the little stem down to the length of down to this size, the length of this piece of, the littler piece of wood. And I'm just gluing it right in to the crook of the wood there, like that. My little mind works fast sometimes when it comes to this stuff, because I have a real desire just to get it done, you know? So, we'll see how this works. This will be down in the bottom of the lantern. Let's see. If there's a will, there's a way, you guys. If there's a will, there's a way. That's working out pretty so far. I was determined. I'm like, I am not going to let this beat me. You can see I'm trying to mimic, you know, the flowers that I have on each side. Not that anybody's really going to see too much of this, but you and I will know that it's there. Right back. I'm going to get another little piece of wood. Be right back. Okay. Chris had cut me these pieces of wood a while back, so I'm just going to put that right up in there like that, so that the pumpkins will sit right down on it. So I'm just going to glue this right on to the other piece of wood. Like I said, I'm creating as I'm going here with you guys. Sit a minute. this. There we go. I'm just going to start playing, you guys. So just excuse me as I just start to, you know, play around here and see what I can come up with this. Corner to fill in the gap where they didn't go down below. Again, I'm just taking the the stem and gluing that on. Oop. Might have to hold it a little longer. You can see it's going to sit right up in there. It might be a little too tall, but that's okay. I can always use this for another centerpiece too. But for now it's going to go in there, and I'm going to wrap fairy lights in and around all of this too. So we'll see. Don't like that. And I think that will do it for the inside of the lantern. Now, I have some left over if I want to add like a big flower into the funky bow on the top. And this is going to be one of those long videos, you guys. I'm sorry about that. But when I'm doing something of this scale, it's hard to make them short. You know, so I can tell already that this is going to be a long one. And I'll try to cut it down. But I have a feeling it's going to be a long one. But that's the way it goes sometimes, huh? Okay, now, I don't think I need anything for there. I do want to wrap some fairy lights around it though. So I have some already unwound over there. So let me see if I can figure out how to do that now. Here I am with my fairy lights. For those of you who have never seen my fairy lights, I'll give you a link in the description. And you can see all the different settings that you can put it on. It is combination, in wave, sequential, slow go, chasing flash, slow fade, twinkle flash, steady on or off. I like usually in wave is usually what I choose. So let me do that. I know I'm gonna start at the bottom here because I want this box, it's gonna have to be snugged up in this in some way. But let me see. I'm going to go ahead and use them all. Come back and down and around. Normally though, some of you have asked me, remember that Chris told me a way that I can cut these fairy lights? As you can see, here is the box. And this is the part of the strand that's coming from the box. If I wanted to cut these down, which I don't, but if I wanted to, I would go on the opposite side of the light that is the furthest away from the box, from each little light. And if I cut it there, then these all would stay lit back to the box, but these, I wouldn't need these, and I could discard them. Some of you would ask me how to do that, and I wanted to give that explanation here. All right, now, here we go. Pretty. Like that. Okay, now, say a prayer while I try to fit this some way into this lantern. We'll see how this goes. A little bit of hot glue on my mat here. Let me put my camera up a little bit. Oops, sorry. All right, now, let's see. Say a little prayer. Look at that. Uh-oh. We got a little close. I think that's gonna work, you guys. Check it out. And I'm gonna use it in here for this season. Look at that. And you're gonna be able to see this thing from 3 sides where I have it sitting. So I think that's gonna work beautifully. And if I ever wanna use the centerpiece, you know, for something else, I certainly can. This is like 2 crafts in 1, isn't it? All right, so there we go. That worked out. Woohoo! All right, so let's get me some ribbon cut for a funky bow, because that's the next thing I'm gonna do. These are the 3 colors I'm using. To put my camera back down. No, hang on. And I am gonna speed through the cutting of this ribbon, but I wanted to explain what I'm going to do. I could only find 3 different kinds of ribbon that I wanted to use for this project. So, and I want a 16 loop funky bow. So what I'm going to do is cut 4 strips of each at 26 inches long, but then I'm going to cut 2 more of each of these. And that's going to make the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th loop. So you'll see what I mean when I get there. So anyway, let me go ahead. I'm going to cut this ribbon up and dovetail everything. And I will be back when I'm ready to start making this funky bow. Strips of each color at 26 inches long, and I have 2 strips of the creamy pink and 2 strips of the pink in this pile because I want a 16 loop funky bow, but I didn't have another piece of another type of ribbon that I wanted to put with this. I just couldn't find one that I liked. So I said, well, I'll just use 2 more of the 2 pinky creamy ribbons. So we go to 8 and then we go to 18, which would give us a 5-inch loop. You put that together and then you end up with an 8-inch tail, another 8-inch tail. In reality, all we have to do is kind of just fold them in half. Go to your board and find 5 inches and pinch it together at that point. Now, because this is a even looped bow, we're going to go ahead and do this like this. We're going to go ahead and put 4 loops, and you're going to see that it doesn't matter that these 2 are next to each other. 4 loops the first time through the pattern, pointed up. And you want to be sure to go to the back tail and twist it to bring that right side up. See that? Bring that right side up. You want all your tails pointing the same direction. Next one. 5 inches. Pinch it together at that point, again going up. It's okay that we have these 2 together. Trust me, you can manipulate it once you get it made. Twist that back tail. And fold it in half. Find a 5-inch loop and pinch it together. And then we start through the pattern again. Only this time, folding it in half, finding the 5 inches, making sure your ribbon is going the right direction. This is definitely one-sided ribbon. I'm going to point it down from center like that. Go back to that back tail and twist it. 5-inch loop, pinch together. Go to that back tail and twist. And yes, we're going to have 2 pinks right next to each other. It's okay. Trust me. I know it looks kind of funny now, but trust me, it will look fine when I get it made. I'm going to go ahead and speed through the rest of this because I know this is a long video and I don't want to spend 500 hours on funky bows, on this funky bow, because you guys can see what I'm doing. Next time through the pattern, I'm going to point it up from center, point it up, pinch together, to the back and twist all the way through, and then the next time through, we're going to point them down from center. All right, I'll be right back. Ready to tie this together. So get yourself a pipe cleaner. Go to about the center of your pipe cleaner and lay it over right beside your thumb. Lift your thumb and pull it around to the back. Oops. Use the hand that you're holding the loops shut with as resistance. And get these fingers in my right hand here up as close as I can to the back of the bow and twist. There we go. Now that looks a sight, doesn't it? But guess what we need to do? We need to fluff, 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 as always. So I'm going to do a little fluff in here. And probably put this in fast motion too. Y'all have seen me do this 500 times. You just need to fluff it. And actually, I'll stay here for a minute and just fluff with you guys. The most important part, as I always say, honest to goodness, you guys, and I know I harp on this all the time, but truly the most important thing you can do to make your bows big and beautiful is to fluff those loops. No matter what kind of bow you make a tiered bow or a round bow or a funky bow, any of them, if you take the time to find all your loops, pull them forward, and really fluff them, you're going to end up with a big, beautiful, funky bow. I'm going to stop fluffing for a minute here because I know that I need to turn this bow over because I'm going to make a little bit of a swag for the top of this. I think I was going to. You know what though? Since I have all that going on down underneath, I was going to make a leaf swag. But I kind of like it just with the funky bow, you guys. With less laid plans and all that, you know. What I might do is take some of the leaves and stick it in the bow or make a smaller swag. Maybe I can do that. Hang on. I'm thinking as I go here. Let me see what I can do here. I don't think I need a big fat swag on this. Let me see. A little something, something. I don't think I need this massively huge. Everything else on this is massively huge. I think that'll be fine. Get a tie wrap. And all I did, as you saw, was I just turned the stems on one another, kind of end for end, and I'm just going to use a tie wrap and tie wrap them together. And then I have another piece of ribbon here. I'm going to turn the funky bow over. I'm going to find the center of this long ribbon. This is what I'm going to use to tie the whole swag onto the lantern. Put right sides down and snug that ribbon down in there first. And the reason I do the ribbon first is because I want to be able to pull this swag as close as I can into the lantern. So I want this ribbon to be as close to the lantern as I can. So when I yank on it and tie it shut, it'll pull that this ribbon right, or this swag right up to the back of that lantern. So I'm just going to attach this in with the pipe cleaner. And I'm going to leave my pipe cleaner long. You never know if I ever might want to add something else to this. I'm just going to leave the pipe cleaner on there. You're not going to see it. Now, let me lift this camera up a bit. I don't lose y'all. There we go. Move this lantern over here, and I'm going to grab my ribbons, and I'm going to snug it around. You see this right here? Snug it right in there, and I'll fix the way the direction it's going when I turn it back around. I'm not really going to worry about that right now. Pull you guys over just a little bit. Now, I want to make a square bow. So what you do is you take your the tail that is in your left hand, and you put it over the right. Left over right. And then you loop it up underneath there. And now you're going to want to really yank this as tight as you can, you guys, to pull that See how that pulled that whole swag close up close? See that? Then make a loop in your left, take the right tail, loop it over, then you're going to twist this around and tuck it underneath your loop. And that way, the right side of your bow, the right side of your ribbon will be coming out the other side. And I leave this bow pretty big, and I leave the tails semi-long, so you know when I untie this and take this off, I'll be able to tie it back on this lantern again with no trouble. If I don't leave myself enough ribbon, then I have troubles getting it back on to it. So I've got glitter everywhere. The glitter season has started already with fall. I just go ahead and make a dovetail. For those of you who don't know how I dovetail, I fold the ribbon lengthwise like that. Most people go to the fold and cut down. I go to the edge, cut up, kind of easy. I'm just following the ribbon. And there we go. All right, let's turn it around, see what we have here. Now I'm gonna fluff. Remember when I said about in the challenge video the other day that I wanted you guys to make a bow topper? Now this is a funky bow. You wouldn't have to make a funky bow, but that I wanted you to do something with, you know, with the bow. This is what I'm talking about. Do something with the bow to bring your decor all together, to pull it all together from whatever you do around the lantern. Of course, this isn't a lantern, but whatever you do around the lantern to bring it up into the bow. In this case, I'm going to bring whatever I have down in the pumpkins up into this, and I'm going to have to add some leaves to this side. I don't like not having enough. Oh, see there? Best laid plans, you guys. So I'm going to fluff here for a little bit. Probably speed through some of this because it'll bore you guys to tears because I'm really picky. Tell you what I need first. This is going to drive me crazy. I need some more leaves. Yep. And I'm just going to tie them. Take a tie wrap. And I'm going to tie it right on there. Don't be afraid to say, oh man, I shouldn't have done it like that. I should have, you know, I should have added more leaves, whatever. Just add some more. Don't stress. It's okay. You're making a unique creation, remember? And things sometimes don't work out perfectly the first time around. There we go. I like that a lot better. All right. Now, let me think here a minute. Of what else? Okay, so I'm just adding some leaves at first here, just to, of course, I will glue all this together and in once I get trying to debate, do I want to put one of these up in here somehow? Although, that's not bad. like just those two, huh? And maybe I have some of these I could stick up in there. All right, I like this so far, so I don't think I like the green leaves though, you guys. I know some of you probably like the green leaves, but I don't, so I'm going to take them off of there. And I just want this in there, like that. Stupid hot glue strings drive me nuts. I'm actually going to tie this one on, you guys, with the tie wrap. I might have to trim some of these tails down, but I don't think so. I'm liking it so far. I saw this fall out. Where did I have this, you guys? I think I had it over here. Let me see. My way just a second, you guys. One up there. Oh, Lord. Sorry, you guys. Oh my goodness. What happened to my pumpkin? Oh, dear. Wow. Hey guys, I'm sorry. My phone, I caught it with my hot glue gun and it went flying, and I had to reboot everything, and Chris was just rebooting it. So all I've done is add some pumpkins and add a little bit of this dark greenery or dark pink. That's it, and I'm just fixing to tie wrap this last pumpkin onto the leaves here. I'm almost done. See that? Now, I have some fluffing and whatnot to do, but this is pretty much it, you guys. And it turned out really pretty. I'm really loving it. I really, really am. I am gonna do some fluffing, and I don't think I'm gonna add anything else. The only thing I have left from that whole garland is this. That is the only thing I have left. I think I got my money's worth out of that thing. That, and then these two little purple things, which I'm not gonna worry about. So everything else, I cut off of it. I used the two big flowers here and these two little flouncy things there. The only other thing I wanted was something purple. I wish I had one more of those, which I don't. So So I could stick just a piece of the purple up there, but I don't even like that. So I think I'm gonna leave well enough alone, and I'm gonna do some fluffing and fixing up my hair and get a drink of water, and I'll be back for some final words. I'm excited. I'm really liking how this turned out. I really, really am. It turned out really pretty, and I'm super happy with it, I think. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. I fibbed. I wasn't quite done. I decided I wanted to add some more of these pink flowers in here, just because, now this is my pickiness. This pink is not quite this pink, but this pink blends beautifully. This pink blends, but this pulls everything together. So I just thought I needed just a little bit, just a touch of this pink here and there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm adding just a little bit of these flowers here and there. I'm still fluffing and I'm still playing with it, but I thought I would come back and explain that to you. Because, you know, I'm nothing if I'm not picky. I think I want that. Just like a pretty little flower garden. Remember that guy? What was that painter's guy? The pretty little tree and the... I think that makes me feel a little better. I don't know about that. Sometimes I have to get back and walk away from things a little bit and then come back, and that's what happened. I started to clean up, and I also added this. Can you see that? I added that little tag down here. Let me glue these in, because I do like these where they are. And then I will be back for some final words, I think. I know this is a long video, you guys. Please forgive me. But I know I can't help it that this is going to be a long one. But it's worth it, I hope. Okay. And I ended up using that whole thing. Pretty much. All right, I'll be back. Hey everyone, I'm back with the finished product. And I'm super happy. I always say that. Super happy with how it turned out, really and truly, though this time. I cannot tell you guys, I really love pink. Pink is one of my, soft pink like this is one of my very favorite colors, and I don't get to decorate with it much. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I tend to, you know, be more bold in my decor most of the time. But out in those front rooms and the dining room and in the living room, those rooms, and that's why I made them that way, so that I could have a chance to do some decor like this. I am just thrilled with how this turned out, to be honest. And I mean, I know that this lantern is bigger than the world, practically. Here's that little tag. I'll bring it up close to you in a second. And you can see the pumpkin inside there, just blinking away. And you can tell it is a pumpkin when you look at it. It is really pretty. And then with the little tag. And then the funky bow swag that still has some hot glue on it, so just excuse that, please. But it worked out really pretty. And again, I'm really happy with how it worked out. So, again, I know that this video is a long one, so I'm really sorry, and I hope you guys will forgive me for that. But it took me a while to create this monster, so... But anyway, that's it for this one, you guys. And let me just say that I hope that there's nobody struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain. And if you are, I hope that someone is there with you, helping you through each day. And I hope that you're able to make the very best out of each day. I hope that there's nothing weighing on your heart or on your mind, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or where it should be. And remember, in crafting, there are no mistakes, only unique creations. Love y'all to bits. Keep y'all in my thoughts and prayers all the time. And I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.